Hey guys, it's Russell back with another video, and first of all I wanted to tell everybody happy Thanksgiving. If you're in the United States, it is November 24th, Thursday, and the day that we celebrate Thanksgiving. As you can see, it's an actual beautiful day out here. It's about 72 degrees, there's a light breeze, there's a little bit of sun, and I wanted to do a video, and I'm not going to make this too long. This is going to be not a Amazon Soap Fest series, but I want to do a video because I get this question probably more than anything else about washing the car and why I don't like the 2-bucket method. So I'm going to show you. What we're going to do is I'm going to show the Mercedes some love back here. I'm doing this car because one of my subscribers, Chewy, really doesn't like that the Mercedes gets hammered with soap and water and all that all the time and doesn't ever seem to get washed, but I'm going to do it on the Mercedes to demonstrate why the 2-bucket method is not the best method for you to use. It's better than the traditional 1-bucket method in that you are going to reduce the amount of swirls and scratches because of the dirt that's not going back on the car. However, it's not the best method. The best method is actually a 1-bucket method with using multiple microfiber towels or lamb's wool wash mitts or sponges or whatever you want to use, using multiple ones that keeps your water pristinely clean because you're never taking a dirty wash medium and putting it back in your soapy water. So what I'm going to do today is I've got a brand spanking new, has never been opened lamb's wool. This one came from Adams Polishes. I'm going to open this and I'm going to do a 2-bucket wash on the Mercedes back here. I'm going to show you the buckets before. They're cleaned. I just washed them out. I have a grit guard in the bottom of both of them. I'm going to do a 2-bucket method, and then at the end of the wash I'm going to show you what is in the bottom of your wash water. And keep in mind that whatever's in the wash water goes back onto the wash medium, goes back onto the paint. And I'm going to show you why it's not the best way to wash your car. Alright, so I've got 2 clean buckets here. Both of them have grit guards, and I'm going to use this one as my soapy water solution. It doesn't matter what solution you're going to use. I've got a ton of them, obviously, from all my testing. I'll probably, I don't know, use Zip car wash. And then this bucket is going to be nothing but filled up with clean rinse water. Now the theory is that after you wash a few panels of the car, you go and rinse the wash mitt out here, and supposedly you get all the dirt and scum out of the wash mitt. I'm going to show you that's not true. Okay, if you do this method, this water is going to eventually get dirt and things in it that can scratch your paint. Now, as I said before, this method is better than just using a single bucket with one wash medium, of course, but if you're going to go to this trouble, why not just get rid of this bucket, have this one bucket, and say this car would take 4 wash mitts. Once you use one, flip it over, do another section of the car, discard that and put it in the laundry machine, washing machine, and then get another fresh one, and this water will stay clean, perfectly clean, because there's no dirty mitt that ever touched the car that goes back in here. However, some people are not sure, so I'm going to demonstrate this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with nothing but clean, clear water. I'm going to fill it pretty much all the way up. Alright, so we're almost to the top, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I'm going to be using the Zip Wax. The reason I'm going to be using this is because I have a lot of it, and I'm not even going to measure. I'm just going to dump probably more than I need in there. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and foam this up. Now, if you use a good amount of this Zip Wash, it will make some rather impressive foam. But like I said, I have tons and tons of wash. So I'm going to fill this up, and then we'll start to do the wash. Alright, again, this is a brand new, clean, never been used lamb's wool wash mitt. I'm going to open that. Okay. And this is absolutely pristine. It's never been used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wet the car, And then we will, I'm going to go ahead and have this soaking in the soapy water, and we'll go ahead and wash the car. All right, the proper procedure to do any car wash is to wash from the top down, and that's what we're going to do. Got a lot of soapy water on here. Alright, so the procedure to use the 2-bucket method is now to take the wash mitt and rinse it out in the bucket of clean water, scraping this along the grit guard. Then bring it out. Now I want you to see there's already pieces of junk. It's just not going to come out. Okay? The only way to get this out is to put it in the washing machine. In fact, let's do it again, which most people aren't going to do this twice. Okay, there's still pieces of grit in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wash mitt back in to get some more soap. Scrubbing it on the grit guard, of course. And then proceed with our wash. I'm going to flip the mitt over. Now I'm not working with real big sections here. I want to actually take this water out, scrub it against the grit guard again, wring this out, and then get our soapy water. And I like to flip it over. Rinse it. Bring it. Get more soapy water. Rinse it. Now I'm going to go ahead and rinse this half of the car off so the soap doesn't dry. Alright, now I'm going to do the other half of the car. I'll speed that portion up in the video. Alright, wash the entire car using the 2-bucket method as you saw. So what I'm going to do now is see if we can take some of this foam out of here so you can see what the rinse water looks like. Okay. Now, as you would hopefully expect and should be, the rinse water is going to be really, really dirty. In fact, let's go get a glass and pour some in a glass. I don't want there to be any cuts, so people don't say that I put something in the water. I know some people will probably go, "You dumped something in the water." And it's not gonna, I don't know if you can see how nasty that is. Let's just try to pour some of it out. Okay, if you see it's opaque, you can see in that glass how nasty this water is. As well it should be. Alright, also, of course, as you get down to the bottom, it's worse. But that is some nasty junk right there. Alright, so let's try to do the same thing with the wash water. Now, in a perfect world, if you were doing this 2-bucket method, this wash water should be clean, right? I'm going to show you. As you can see, there's dirt even on the foam. Alright, tell you what, let me get the tripod point down there so you guys don't see me shaking. Alright, so what I'm going to do, you guys can see this. I don't know if the camera's going to focus. Nasty water, so I'm going to dump this out and then rinse it completely out so it's nice and clean. Okay, sorry about that. Nice and clean. Make sure the camera's getting this. Apologize, the sun is behind me, so it's alright. So I'm hoping the camera can pick this up, how nasty this water is. There's actually stuff floating in the water. That is crap that was on the car. But let's continue and see if I can really show you guys. Let me get this foam out of here. Now remember, this is a white bucket. Okay? So the water, if you remember at the beginning, okay. This is what you are putting back on your car. Try to zoom that in. If you use this method, okay, it is absolutely disgusting. Let me see if I can get some more of this out. Okay. There's sediment in the water. And I got this was the water that's above the grit guard. Okay? The heavy stuff, you know, because dust and sand and all that is nothing more than tiny rocks that have been pulverized. So the heavy stuff, of course, is going to be hopefully below the grit guard. But look at that water. It's absolutely disgusting. And this is what you're putting back on your car. I'm going to dump this out slowly. Now if you use multiple mitts, multiple microfibers, multiple sponges, whatever you use, look at all that stuff and debris in there. Alright, this water would be as clean as when you filled the bucket up, because a dirty mitt never goes back in here. Okay? disgusting. The point being of all this is that trying to rinse this out, I want to show you, the camera's picking it up, the garbage that's in here. Okay? The only way that you can get this clean enough to put back on the car after you use it is to use this fantastic invention right here called a washing machine. This is how you clean it. Okay? If you'll get 4 or 5, depending on the size of the car, just like you've seen me do with the Honda, but if you'll use 4 or 5 of those on the car, that bucket, the soap water that you're putting on the car to wash it, will never ever get dirty. Okay? You can take this bucket and use it for something else. 1 bucket, multiple microfibers, multiple wash mitts, whatever your flavor of wash medium is. 1 bucket, multiples of those, and you will not have any swirls or any scratches, or it'll be minimized. Okay, it's impossible to prevent it completely. But this car, this is the first time I've ever 2 bucket washed this car, and I don't really see any swirls. I do need to polish it. But anyway, I hope that this was educational for you guys on why I do not use or recommend the 2 bucket method anymore. It's just, if you care about your paint, if you don't want any swirls, marks, or anything like that, then, and you want your paint to constantly look like this, then, and this is dirty too, by the way, but there's not a single swirl or scratch in here, and I've washed this car almost over 50 times for all the videos and things we've done. So anyway, guys, I hope this was educational. I hope that you will consider, if you've got a car that or truck or whatever that you don't want to put additional swirls or scratches on, that you would consider doing it 1 bucket, multiple wash mediums. Happy car, happy wife, happy life. I will see you guys in the next video.